After 3 years, Madison County in central Indiana might have to end its needle exchange. It was the second county to establish an exchange after the state worked to get one off the ground in Scott County in 2015 to slow the spread of HIV tied to injection drug use. Madison County's health nurse says the exchange is saving lives, but others who refer to the program as the heroin handout want the program shut down. For years, the city of Anderson has struggled with addiction.
We have a community that is probably the most troubled community in the state of Indiana for heroin.
Cummings says 700 people in his county have died from overdoses in the last 3 years. That's an average of 1 fatality every day and a half. Drugs including heroin, meth, and crack cocaine have become commonplace, and the search for a solution is dividing people in the community.
We want our county to see what we're doing, the importance of what we're doing. We want to work together. We all want to be on the same page.
Every day, Stephanie Grimes takes to the streets on a mission to help addicts in the community. Through her work with the Madison County Needle Exchange Program, she distributes clean syringes and works to educate users about safety and disease testing.
That syringe is like the dangling carrot to get people to come start to have conversations about testing, taking control of their own health.
The Madison County Needle Exchange Program relies on grants and donations to operate, as well as money from the county's general fund.
People believe that grant money, or that we use, or we are allowed to use state and/or federal tax dollars to fund the program needing to purchase syringes and the harm reduction kit supplies, which is absolutely false.
The county's commissioners voted unanimously last month to extend the program through 2018 and put up about half of the $54,000 needed to run the exchange for another year. But that funding could now be in jeopardy. Cummings is supporting an effort by some county councilors to pass an ordinance that would bar the county from giving any money for the purchase of needles or drug cookers. The council will hear the ordinance next month, and it would take away the money the commissioners already approved.
I think our county commissioners are still supporting it, but our county council is not going to fund it. They're not going to fund it. And I think we're headed for a pretty serious battle right now. And I think the health department's probably going to lose a lot of funding from the county if they continue to do this.
The proposal would also bar the exchange program from using grant money to purchase syringes.
It's illegal to give it's paraphernalia. If you stand on the corner and you give these kits away, you get arrested by the police. If you sell them at a convenience store, you get arrested by the police. Why does a government entity think they're above the law?
A new state law gives counties the authority to establish exchanges without going to the state for approval. But the law doesn't address funding or allocate any money for the exchanges. Medical experts say exchanges reduce the spread of HIV, hepatitis, and other diseases and don't cause increases in drug use.
There have even been numerous studies showing that even prisons are having to institute syringe exchange programs inside those walls. I think that the ongoing stigma and misinformation is really causing there to be a threat to our public health.
In a letter the state's health commissioner, Jerome Adams, penned last week, he acknowledged exchanges make some people uncomfortable. But Adams wrote, without needle exchanges, the opioid epidemic will continue to spread.
Ultimately, we just want to do what's right for our community, and that is the prevention of disease.
Critics of Madison County's exchange say money that currently goes to buying needles would be better spent on treatment and education. Grimes agrees those things are necessary, but space in treatment centers is limited, and studies show people who go to a syringe exchange are up to 5 times more likely to enter a treatment program than those who don't participate in an exchange.